What's up, everybody? Showtime is Blazer King with King's Critiques, and we're here for Slime 300 for the TLDR. Don't remember quite what was. Oh, yeah, in the last episode, we found our racist Mandragora, and, well, now they're all living together peacefully. And perhaps I guess there's being a new member of the family being added in here. So, that's going to be fun and interesting. But before we get into that, the usual precursors. First, something else other than the normal of. If anybody else is a streamer and knows how to fix Streamlabs dropping frames, please let me know, because it's either my internet company that is conflicting specifically with Streamlabs, or Streamlabs is just being a cock. And I don't know which it is, and nobody is fucking helping me, and I'm going insane because the only thing I get paid from is streaming. So if I can't stream, there's kind of a mega super issue. That said, getting into the actual episode stuff, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, so not the outro stuff. Let the whole video run through. We're not going to have for conversations, but hang out for conversations is always even more appreciated because, well, comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, as you know. Damn, she was so close and devastated because of it. You basically are. Okay, I'm just pointing out, she said Falfa and Salsha were good kids. They came to you first to try and kill you. Pretty sure that was the rebellious phase. I'm just saying. Is she about to suggest going to school? Wow, how normal of her. You know, I wonder how much how much Sandra is going to appreciate being in a school with all those other children. Well, looks like she's annoyed by the situation, but not really offended. And the helicopter mom Azusa. Well, see, they're kind of smarter than your average children, so it'll be a while before you stump them. So, like, being in a school environment is great for social skills, but as far as academically, I'm not sure how much that'll help. Smartass. All the children are just fucking stunned that she's getting it done this fast, and it's like, give the other kids a chance. Like, most of them are probably dumbasses, but come on. She just came up and finished work for the teacher. That's funnier. Yeah, well, the kids really are just there to, like, meet other people. And help Sandra. But if they were helping Sandra, why the fuck did they just answer the problems anyway? The fucking girl in the middle there, just completely baffled. Oh, at the same level as Azusa, apparently. This could only go well. This could only go well. And Sandra just kind of standing there like, what the hell is with these girls? Listen, to be fair, that could actually make them popular in some regard, so you never know. Like, the one could always be picked for whatever they're playing sports-wise, though they would have to avoid dodgeball, otherwise one of those children would fucking die. And on the other hand, they could always ask the other one to help studying because, well, they don't know any better, and apparently they're extremely smart, so. And meanwhile, poor Sandra's just, like, probably not good at either, so she actually fits in at the school. Okay, that kid might deserve it. Okay, well, at least she controlled her strength a little bit so it didn't break his ribs for someone weaker. Oh, yeah, you see, they're pinpointing Sandra because, well, so far she hasn't exhibited any hyper strength or brain power. So she avoids the attack by just sinking into the ground. That's funny. Like, at least this isn't a completely odd society where monster people don't exist at all. So that's only, like, scary in the moment. I mean, she has fucking leaves on her head. What'd you expect? Like, she was gonna do something crazy. Okay, no. But this is funnier because it literally looks like that Lolly of the Lake. What is your wisdom? At least it's kids, so, like, being weird is, like, a good thing? I guess? If you tried pulling this shit in, like, a high school or something, might be a little bit different, because. Okay, well, who am I kidding? The sinking underground thing would probably be pretty cool, and being best friends with either the smartest or strongest girl in school would also probably be pretty cool. Never mind. She can force graduate them like they were VTubers. She actually did. That is funny. Like, it took one day for her to be like, yeah, no, they're way too smart. Get the fuck out of here. Well, it's good, because she didn't know much, which is the original intention that Falfa made that suggestion. So at least it works out for her case. It would be a bit awkward with the whole, like, every time a bullet gets thrown at her, she just goes, phew. But also, I'm pretty sure I said it the first time, but Yufufu totally counts as MILF, right? The look on her face does not say good things for that mushroom. Wait, gnome maker. What do you mean by gnome maker? Isn't gonna do something weird, is it? It's probably going to, based on the title of the episode. Yep, there it is. Yeah, as if that was not intentional, Yufufu. Yeah, that's kind of an issue. Well, guess she's staying there for the next few hours. Oh, she just remembers how to fix it from last time? That's good. That's such an awkward as hell question. But then again, at least on the aspect of, well, she's basically already the adopted mother, so this makes it less weird, question mark. Is it a good idea to pretend like you're the actual daughter? I don't know if that could be considered a good idea, but then again, how bad could it really be? Yufufu totally isn't going to lose her mind at any given moment. She's hot. I don't trust her, though. Okay, that's a good cutaway, though, with what just happened. Meanwhile, all the other family members are all for the idea. Damn. Even the sister units. Has Sandra ever said that? Actually, you know what? Here's the thing. Sandra, like, acting under that role with Yufufu probably wouldn't be a terrible idea. Because at least, like, with her, she's getting, like, free food, technically. Because, I mean, droplet spirit, meaning she can get water out whenever needed or not even needed. Just, like, touch Sandra and boom, water absorption. Makes for a good pair, really. The deadpan fucking expression. Hey, listen, being hugged against some titty is never a bad thing. See, and she gets the point I made. Well, yeah, wasn't that your original intention, Azusa? Yes, instead of your mother, now she is your big sister at the moment. It's weird, but I'll be a tree. That is not how you play house, I think. I'm old as shit, so maybe I don't know anymore, but I'm pretty sure playing a tree is not, like, one of the roles. The fact she's just basically T-posing for dominance makes it even funnier, though. By this point, Azusa is literally just... This is a very bad way to put it, but she's basically playing with herself while Sandra is just kind of standing there like... Peasant. Even she finds it so awkward to just be talking to herself. I don't know, ask the Deku tree, bitch. Actually, wait. What kind of trees... Or is the Deku supposed to be based off? Is it supposed to be just like a basic tree, like the Yu-Gi-Oh card Trent? Or, like, is it specific, like, based off a real tree? I never understood that, really. I just knew it was called the Great Deku Tree, and it looked pretty freaky sometimes. See, you say plants are silent and tell no stories. Bitch, you are a plant and tell stories. No, she's right, though. If you tried to ask a plant a specific question, it'd probably just babble off about random bullshit instead of giving a direct answer. The way she's doing it is funny, though. Prepare yourselves, humans! Okay, to be fair, there was no setting. She called herself one thing, and you said, bitch, I'll be a tree. Hey, but, like, I was just saying, want to get your head out of the way just a little bit? I mean, it also reminds me, I need to find, like, uncensored versions of those other two things that are out right now. I was just thinking the same as the rest of us. Also, that's shots fired at Azusa because they unfortunately didn't. They're still decent, but, like, not like that. Yeah, if this is amusing her, why not? At least Azusa gets to have those as a headrest. To be fair, I agree with that thought process on the same end as Azusa's mind to a point. Because Azusa's been enjoying being pampered, but hey, listen. She probably would have enjoyed being pampered just the same if she were bigger. Because, like, people just enjoy being pampered by certain types of people. Hey, to be fair, the only witch that actually has claim on you is Azusa. Unless Yufufu's gonna do something fucked up, because I could totally see that. Damn, she probably said mama more to Yufufu than Azusa. Crazy. Door clerk. Also very attentive. Yeah, nah, Azusa, you kind of signed yourself up for this. Like, Sandra might put up with it because she kind of, I don't know, likes Yufufu, I guess, which, based. But also, Azusa signed herself up for this, so deal with the consequences. Being kidnapped to be dressed up. Good luck. You know, for temporary daughters, like, Yufu's probably about to spend a lot of money. But hey, they can still have their occasional roleplay, I guess, so why not, right? Alright. At least the ones she buys for Sandra, though, Azusa could, like, borrow to actually let her wear from time to time while they're hanging out, doing their thing. That's a very wide dress. You know, when one of them is not going to be small for very long, that's a lot. That's also a very wide dress on Azusa. I said it when she first put it on, and I still think that. Actually, Azusa's current getup kind of reminds me of the chick from... Well, the chick from that one anime. I don't remember the name of it exactly. We did watch it on the channel, but it was the one where the two best friends got isekai, and the one kind of looked like, you know, traditional uptight business guy, kind of like an Ida character. And the other one, well, basically looks like Azusa does now. Teleportation. Really, if any magic ability was ever going to become real, teleportation would be the one that people should be allowed to have. Because, like, then literally you could just be like, I need to be here. And just go. Now, that wouldn't be so good when it comes to, like, bank robberies and shit, but, like, there could be some kind of universal limit to that. Or people would have to be smart enough to install cameras into bank vaults just in case. But, like, teleportation would be really cool for a lot of reasons. Now, would I say I wouldn't do illegal things if I had teleportation? I'm not saying that because there is at least one thing that has been on my mind for the past 16 years. And unless my life changes, it will continue to be on my mind, so... Anyway. Oh, good. Kidnappers. This is not going to go well for either of them, by the way. Azusa might be small, but she's still strong. I don't know what kind of crazy shit Sandra could do, but I'm sure she'd figure something out. Aw, how cute. You're completely wrong, mistaken, and if Azusa doesn't take you out, Yufufu probably will. No, they just threw two children into sacks and into the back of their carriage for no reason. Azusa, come on, you're supposed to be the smart one here. Yeah, something tells me this is not going to go well for y'all in one way or the other. Even as a child, Azusa looks intimidating. She just shattered the shackles. That's of course, because she's a 300-plus-year-old witch who can do whatever the fuck she feels like. Damn, she doesn't even need to transform back into an adult. Just bust down the door to the hideout and be like, alright, well, those two are taken care of, but y'all just exist, so... Well, that didn't take long, but now Sandra's in trouble. Well, see, that's why you need to just, like, step on some necks. Also, couldn't Sandra just, like... Actually, that'd be even funnier. Sink into the ground and then bring the guy's arm with her. So it just gets stuck in the ground, so he's basically fucked. Yeah, and... Kind of knew Yufufu would show up at some point or another to help out. But didn't expect with that. Wata wata everywhere, bitch. To be fair, they probably could have handled themselves on their own. Like, Sandra probably was just scared enough to not, like, think she could just go, oh, wait. Just like she did with the dodgeball. Ah, the great thing about not being 100% human. Even at 50, you still look like you're barely 30, and it's great on her complexion. Even her own sisters played dress up with her. God damn it. Don't tempt it, Halakara. And then we come back to what they were doing at the top of the episode, basically. You don't need school anymore. Listen, out of everybody in that house, you're like the furthest from taught. Well, at least she wants to spend more time with her new family than the random kids at school who... I can't say they're assholes. The one kid kind of might have been. One kid kind of gave maybe a Damien-like vibe. Which, when the fuck are we getting Spy Family Season 3? Oh, there's also that other video I want to record at some point. Well, she didn't technically graduate. She dropped out. Like, there's a difference. Like, I've had one member in my entire family, at least in my age group, who's graduated school, and then the rest of us have dropped out. Oh, but before I end off, we have the little cartoon skit. Okay, well, no, I'm not. Semantics. Always a good rule. Yeah, that is a literal pest. Did they censor out the fucking bug, or is that just, like, because of how it's drawn? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it kind of... This show's just so... It's fun, it's insane, and yeah, this episode might have been a little bit weird, but hey, at least it wasn't, like, too weird in that regard, right? Because, like, this is anime. It could have gotten a lot weirder, to be sure, and I'm glad it did not. Like, was the Yufufu stuff a little bit weird? Sure. But hey, at least Azusa thought what we were all thinking during that one scene. And, like, to be fair, I would probably let myself go down a few ages if it meant hooking up, just for a night in that kind of situation. Just saying. But, as far as the episode as a whole, apparently, I guess Sandra doesn't really care about learning much, like, in a large time period, which is understandable because even as an elementary school student, I haven't been there in, like, fucking 25 years in elementary school, so I can't say much. But from what I remember, you don't really want to spend 6 hours in school if you don't want to spend 6 hours in school. And technically her brain is old enough to not want to hang around with kids who are so much younger than her to be able to make friends. Because, like, pretty sure mentally, maybe she's an adult, because I don't know how old it took her to adapt an actual form compared to how long she's been alive. And Falfa and Salsha are super smart and, well, like, very kid-like, clearly, including, who they would probably rather hang out with. They could probably meet the kids at the park if they wanted to play, so not like they need to learn anything. Like, those two are a fine teacher for Sandra, and, well, if Sandra wants to hang out with people, she has those two, so it kind of all works out, right? And Yufufu, well, she can borrow those three at any time. She don't need Azusa specifically to have that mushroom intake. Though, never mind. Something about Yufufu and my mushroom. That the joke was kind of obvious, but anyway, let me know your thoughts on on season 2 thus far, the show as a whole, and all that shit in the comment section down below, because that would be highly appreciated to hear y'all's opinions. It would also be appreciated if you could hit the like button, subscribe to the gaming channel in the description down below, ring both bells. Let me know about my issue I asked in the beginning, because I'm desperately looking for help, and I don't know how to fix it, and it's driving me insane. Because just randomly, internet issue happens on Monday, and then all of a sudden, I can't stream again 3 days later. Kind of fucked up, right? I was able to stream on Monday after a couple hours of fucking around with things, so maybe I'll be able to figure something else. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping so for sure. Anyway, ring both bells, like Facebook, follow Twitter and Blue Sky, keep updated with things, TikTok, Patreon, get the full unedited visuals and audio of the stuff I upload here. Go follow on Twitch, subscribe for benefits, can do so at Twitch Prime for free, that helps me out immensely for the temporary. Subscribe to the Red platform for the long term, and, well, like, if I can't stream anytime soon to Twitch or YouTube, because Streamlabs has kind of necked itself, I desperately need all of what I can get here, because, I mean, if I'm not going to get paid from YouTube and I can't stream, there's very big financial problems that'll happen in the long term, and that's no good. Anyway, check out the playlist here, let it run, have conversations with the stuff within whatever. Check out the video YouTube recommends to here, or the bigger version of the cut-up version if that's what you're watching. Tell me to get the watch time and shit. Until next time, Ben the Blaze Game with King's Critiques, and out, ta for now. Peace.